Hi everybody, my name is Pi and I'm the pastor of St. Andrew's Streetsville in Mississauga, Canada. Maybe pause for 5 minutes and think about life, God, and the Bible. It is Mark 13. Jesus and his followers are just about to leave the Jerusalem temple. Here is a record of their conversation. As Jesus was leaving the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what massive stones, what magnificent buildings." "Do you see all these great buildings?" replied Jesus. "Not one stone here will be left on another. Every one will be thrown down." Mark 13, verses 1 through 2. Jesus is predicting a time when the massive structure of the Jerusalem temple will be broken to pieces. Not one stone here will be left on another. Every one will be thrown down. This is a shock to the followers of Jesus who declare the buildings to be magnificent. Jesus is referring to the destruction of the Jerusalem temple by the Romans in AD 70. Not many would have predicted this would happen when Jesus makes these statements. Our church has not met in our building for over 2 months. This is due to the COVID-19 crisis. We are meeting online. I think that like the followers of Jesus in Mark 13, we are still trying to recover from that shock. By the grace of God, we now have an online worship gathering and are not based in our church building. This week we are in between Ascension Sunday and Pentecost Sunday in the church calendar. The 5-minute windows are aimed at reintroducing us to the Holy Spirit. Not only will the Jerusalem temple be destroyed, the followers of Jesus will be persecuted for their faith. They will be brought to local councils and synagogues to account for their faith. Governors and kings will question them. However, Jesus tells them that they will not be alone when such persecution comes. Whenever you are arrested and brought to trial, do not worry beforehand about what to say. Just say whatever is given you at the time, for it is not you speaking, but the Holy Spirit. Mark 13, verse 11. Around 5 years ago, like the Jerusalem temple in AD 70, my whole pastoral world came crashing down. I was in between churches. I spent a year in theological studies while waiting for my next assignment as a church pastor. It was during this time that I was reading the book of Mark profoundly. During that year, I went for a few pastoral search committee interviews. I would not call my interviews with these search committees a time of persecution. However, as I stepped into each search committee interview, I felt that the Holy Spirit was giving me the words to say, as Mark 13 verse 11 promises. I also believe that the Holy Spirit finally brought me to a church that God has called me to. Therefore, as we go through this COVID-19 crisis and cannot meet in the church building, remember that the Holy Spirit is with us. The Holy Spirit gives us the words to say, not because we are persecuted. The Holy Spirit gives us the words to say to encourage one another as we speak to each other through the phones or through video conferencing. May the Holy Spirit speak through us. Amen.